Yo, 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 what's the deal, people? Level sounding good. Yes, people, welcome to Jason Gooner TV. I am your boy, Jason Gooner, and you know it's another Reasoning Time episode. This is episode number 5. As you can see in the title and the thumbnail, we're going to recap the Jamaica versus Trinidad friendlies. JFF live flop, yes. Jamaica U-17 to qualify with a question mark, and Boza to Liga MX. Those are the main topics of the program that I want to discuss today. Of course, as we get to the end of the program, we might have some other things that have come up in the comment section, in the conversation, and we'll tackle those as well. But we're going to try to run the program. As you see on the title, we're going to start out with the Jamaica Trinidad recap, which ties into the JFF live flop. And then the next portion of the program, we're going to dive into the Jamaica under 17, what I've seen so far of the teams that we're going to face, other teams that we have watched. Yeah, man, and we are out here again, people. So first and foremost, big up yourself, Sheridan. As he says in the comment section, good to see you are feeling better. Bless up. Yes, we were off the grid, people. Off the grid in many ways. Haven't been YouTubing much, streaming a lot. My family recently moved. We got a new house. So we've been trying to sort out the house, get everything squared away. Want to make the house a home as quickly as possible. But a wrench was thrown in that because the flu knock out Jason Gooner, people. Knock us out. Knock me out. I was out bedridden for at least 4 or 5 days. So yeah, I haven't been able to really make content like I want to lately. But honestly, it was a good recharge for me. Got to get some things done in the house as well. So the house is definitely coming together. Family feeling great. More space for everybody. So everybody is very happy and pleased, and I'm pleased as well. But now it is time to tackle this YouTube again, people. So if you haven't seen me in a while, that is basically the explanation for that. Man's had things dealing with outside of YouTube, and also had to deal with my health. So we are back and up and gunning, and we're going to be bringing you the content like usual once again. All right, people. So we want to start out today with a Jamaican centric program. You see, I normally put on the jersey or the colors whenever we're making content like this. So anytime you see these colors, you know it's going to be a Jamaican conversation. All right. Big up yourself, Warren Webster, out there in Canada, always tuning in and supporting. Yes, man. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Glad to see you in the building. Hopefully, you can take you in the program today. We're going to have a long, spirited discussion about all things Jamaica. And yes, I would love for you to be a part of that, Warren Webster. Joseph Brown, big up yourself. Yes, I love that picture that you have. That is one of Bounty best body of work right there. That was when Bounty was chopping people. Yeah, man, no disrespect to the killer. Still a chop in his own right. But this time, for killer, yeah, man, you couldn't tell me nothing about Bounty Killer them time there. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, Bounty Killer. So every time I see this Joseph Brown, I think of them time there. Said bring back good memories of Bounty for me. Yes. Respect Sheridan. Yeah, man. Thanks so much, bro. Thanks so much. We slowly but surely we're gonna get there. The house is becoming a home, you know. Thought ice took me. No, 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 no. I am, some others that you may watch on YouTube as well. They let you know all the time. I'm a Jamaican, you know. I was born in the United States, so as far as I know, ice don't have nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? Sheridan blessings. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bless up all the people. And we don't know. Joseph Brown said for real, me is real killer fan. Yeah, bro. I remember growing up when I was younger, like I said, like prep school days, I always was a Beanie Man fan more than a Bounty Killer fan. And I think that had more to do with like them time they are dancing me a pre and girl and not even girl so much, but the dancing and the I just thought Beanie Man had a more maybe family friendly vibe to him, you know. But then as I got into teenage years now, I'm gonna start pre-music a little differently. It was always Bounty over Beanie for me. So I've gone through phases, you know what I mean? But the older I get, definitely the more Bounty Killer I see his greatness a bit more. You know, I never really quite get it at the beginning as much. You know what I mean? Up top, chorus. Big up in the building. Yes, chorus, big up yourself. We're gonna have the discussion today, people. Share the video, share the video, like the video as well. As I said, I haven't been making much content, so when I was looking kind of sad at my YouTube monthly recap. It was a down month for me, but those things can be explained and expected because, as I said, you have to be visible to the people for them to like your stuff. And I haven't been making content, so we're totally over that. I'm going to full steam ahead now and get back into the groove. As I said, the worst is behind us as far as the health, and we are up and rearing to go now. Big up yourself, DNA Football. Continue putting in the work, my brother. Yes, I don't get to catch a lot of your content live, but I always tune back in, drop a like, and show my respects in that way. So big up yourself, DNA Football. Keep on putting in the work, my brother. We will need Americans soon if Trump get his way. Yeah, Trump doing a lot of things right now, not all bad. I must say, not all bad. Yeah, man, one general will say. Another the ground guard, Here watching some highlights in the background, just watching over some Real Madrid City highlights, people. When I think about the game, before we get into the discussion, when I think about the Champions League yesterday, my take on the Real Madrid City match, it basically proved why these two teams didn't make it to the top 8 to advance past the playoffs. Too many defensive mistakes. Too many mistakes in the defensive third for me, for both teams. No, definitely both attacks strong. I would say Real Madrid the stronger of the two currently. They definitely created, I thought, the clearer chances in the game. And apart from the first half where I thought City had a little spell of play where they played really well, I still haven't seen City clicking like they have in the past, even in the attacking third. Now, we know they have had their issues in midfield and the defense line. Not even speaking to that as much, just speaking to when they attack, carving out big chances. They used to average a lot more in seasons past, and you can see that number is not as high. But, they have Erling Haaland, they have some playmakers that in a moment can create something and create magic. And that's going to save them sometimes. But against a team like Madrid, that also gonna have those moments of magic. I just feel like, Mbappe, Bellingham, Vini, Rodrigo right now are a bit more formidable than any, quartet that Man City would be bringing to the table. And I think that's going to be the difference, especially in that second leg. And in the end, even though Madrid was trying to give them the game with that stupid penalty by Ceballos, you could always see that Real Madrid was eventually going to topple that Man City defense. And, Ederson made a mad decision. I don't know. I heard Rob Green on commentary trying to justify him using his chest to save that shot by Rodrigo. But I don't know. It's almost like he had resigned himself to try to stop that shot in whatever position his body was at the time. He didn't try to move his hands or anything, his feet. He just stood still. And if he was going to chest it like that, I don't know why he would have chested it in field. Chest it towards the corner, so you give up a corner kick. But look, hindsight is 2020, and it's easy for me to sit here and talk about it. I was actually Vinny with the shot, not Rodri, sorry. But good finish by Diaz on the rebound. But and then after that, Kovacic, who is coming on to try to shore up things, he's not a shore up things player. And he made a drastic error, playing that flick out of the ear, trying to play it back to Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis doesn't realize how close Vinny is to him, doesn't react in time, and then it's a comedy of errors after that. Ederson in no man's land. Vinny tries to loop him, doesn't get it converted properly, but Bellingham always there on the spot for those tap-ins, and that was the 3-2 in injury time. So going into the second leg, I think Real Madrid should be getting Rudiger back, so that should help them a bit on the back line. And I don't see the reinforcements there for City in the midfield or in defense that will really change the avalanche that is sure to come from the Madrid attack in that second leg. So I would like to think Madrid will get through the second leg with the victory. I know City is a champion team, so they won't just give it up. And I'm sure they'll score some goals as well. But I just feel like Madrid have the potential to outscore them right now with the current makeup of their team. And the likelihood of them having a bit of a boost with the home team as well. So yeah, I think that one is pretty much done. I think the PSG game as well, you can pretty much put PSG into the next round. I don't think Brest will be able to turn them over in Paris. They will be going in with a 3-0 win going into that. So I would see them being able to close that out. And in the other two matchups, I thought that Dortmund did really well to win that game in Portugal. I would like to make them the favorites as well going into that next leg, because I just feel like that yellow wall is a definitely a 12th man. We saw that team, out of nowhere, honestly, last season get all the way to the final. And a part of that is just that yellow wall, that home fixture against Dortmund is always tough. Always tough. The other fixture is the one that I would say is still fully up for grabs, the Juventus and PSV. Now, PSV had some injuries. The American contingent was out. No Tillman, no Pepe. But they were still able to equalize that game in Italy. And then they succumbed late to a goal from Bangula, good player for Juventus. Came off the bench to score the winner to give them the 2-1 victory. Bangula, the young Belgian, breaking out this year with Juventus, and definitely a player that started out the season very strong, kind of hit a wall a bit towards the middle part of the season here, but definitely coming back to form. Recently scored against Milan in the league, and then also scoring yesterday as well in this fixture against PSV, the winning goal. But I think that this tie is firmly poised going into the second leg. Juventus has done a good job in this window getting Randall Kolo Muani. I think he's been a very big pickup for them. So they have options now. Vlahovic and Randall, can kind of share the duties. I think Yildiz, the young Turk playing on one of the flanks, he's doing really well. And Weston McKennie getting some freedom in this midfield lately, not playing right back like one time, not playing deeper in midfield. Mata finally giving him a chance closer to goal, and he rewarded him with a goal yesterday. So Juve, I think they'll have a tough task. I think PSV is a team that people maybe don't give the credit that they deserve, especially with the way that they set up their team. A lot of youth products mixed in with the experience, the likes of Luke De Jong, Ivan Perisic, mixed in with the Saibaris of the world, the Flamengos of the world in defense, Ledesma. So they have a good balance, and they find a way to still be competitive while also always developing talents that they can sell for some decent money. So PSV, I think they're still in the tie. Gonna be a tough game, but I will give Juve the slight advantage. I would lean a little bit to them only because of the experience. But I think that PSV have enough in their ranks to make up for some of the youth that they have. So I think that game will be the pick of the bunch. Besides, of course, the big Real Madrid, Man City second leg. But what you guys thought in the comment section, let me know. All right, so that's my little rant or roundup of the Champions League so far, the games yesterday. Of course, we have 4 more matches today, which we have to look forward to. Manzi's and Daddy pick up duties today, so we cannot stream any matches or talk about them in real time, but we will be watching on our respective devices. So when the time comes, we can discuss the football. But of course, we have Club Brugge and Atalanta taking that's going to be 12:45 Eastern time. Then we have 3 matches at 3 o'clock: Monaco, Benfica, Celtic, and Bayern, and Feyenoord and Milan. So real quick, I will go with a draw in the Club Brugge Atalanta match. I will go with Benfica victory away to Monaco today. I will go with a Celtic Bayern. I'm going to say this match in Scotland, they tend to play a little better. I'm going to say this match will be a draw as well, the Celtic Bayern game. And then Feyenoord Milan. Ooh, that's a tough one, man. Milan is such a Jekyll and Hyde team. Sometimes they look real good, sometimes they look poor. I'm going to go with the Italians. I think they'll turn them over today. So I'll go with a close, like a 2-1 for Milan. Yeah, so those are my 4 predictions. Draw in the Celtic Bayern, draw in the Club Brugge Atalanta. I think Benfica will turn over Monaco, and I think Milan will turn over Feyenoord. So 2 away victories and 2 draws. That's what I'm going with today. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. All right, let's check back in with the comments. I'm sure some people have checked in. So DNA football, manners and respect. Yeah, man, big up yourself. Bless up namesake, Wagwan. Yeah, man, we're in the building early out. I run out with some fire, you know. Yeah, big up. Game was mad, but Edison was doing crazy stuff. Yeah, he's been so inconsistent this season. And to be honest, he's been somewhat inconsistent some seasons. But, you know, I think when you weigh the pros and the cons with him, he's still a good goalkeeper, but he does have some mad brain stuff going on sometimes. I don't know what's going on with him some of the time. Big up yourself, we Max It Football in the building. JD, aka Billy. Big up yourself. Yeah, man. Respect for tuning in, bro. Namesake. Boy, Drew Ross. Yeah, and this namesake thing. I wonder, is there another Drew in the building? Because he really want to have a namesake too, you know. No, Saj, man, grudge you for the namesake star. What is this? Bless up Nitro. Yeah, man, respect. One pundit said it seemed like their own tactics is catching up on them. LOL. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know if it's, I don't know, man. It's concentration levels. Some of the decision making definitely not on point. You know, like that Kovacic decision. He didn't really have to do that flick back to Lewis. He could have just controlled the ball, but I don't know. Man, just flick the ball back. And it was a mad decision there. Not only the shot, but the run out he did. Yeah, on the goal, when Vinny does the flick over, he runs out of his goal madly in no man's land, you know, no man's land. No such say big up Ederson, man of the match performance for Madrid. City is off this season, back to the pack, but agree, the heart of a champion can emerge. Yeah, that's why I'm not going to write them off. I would predict Madrid will close it out, but I'm not going to write off City because they have the heart of a champion. You can't go around that. Bless up everyone. Support the channel by dropping a donation. I'm at dancing class. Oh, so Billy might unveil his new moves on his next stream, people, because he's learning in dancing class today. No, a joke. I know it's your daughter dancing class. No bother. He's not dancing himself, people. All right. But respect for the donation. Yeah, man. We have a goal of 5 super chats today. YouTube give us this feature. So I said, why not use it? YouTube want me to use it. I'm going to damn use it, right? So we Max It getting the ball rolling with a $5 euro donation, which we greatly appreciate, people. So yeah, man, follow the trend, people. Drop some super chats. We have a goal of 5 for today. As I say, you know, it is what it is, people. Anything that comes towards this YouTube channel will be put right back into the YouTube channel. So we will just be making improvements as we go along. We've been, you know, we pay for some things to bring you this content, and we're gonna start paying for some more things to improve the content, improve the thumbnails, improve the capabilities in video of just having different features, so we can run the thing nicely. You know, mans don't have the most sophisticated setup, but we want to improve it, and that's what the plan is, people. We will. Corey said, Hala Madrid. Liverpool slide begins today. We can only hope, you know, Nitro. We can only hope. But may have little hope still, because it's going to be an emotional game today. The last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. They have a manager. I think I saw a stat where it said in all the games this season, Everton had 3 wins. And David Moyes coached them 4 games and have 3 wins already. So definitely they are at their heights in terms of their capabilities right now. So there's always hope, people. So DNA said Atalanta win 2-0, Milan win 3-1. All right, so that is DNA's prediction. I said that the Bruges match would draw. I think Bruges will get a result. But I agree that Milan will beat Feyenoord today. JD, you're practicing your crip rock for the next Kendrick video. I like that one there, Warren Webster. I like that one there. Nitro says City dead. Big up to the one down out of Clarendon. Sherman Scott every time. Blessings, my G. Man's wanting to be Jason too, bad Rasta. I tell you, the man, we're going to find a Drew in the chat them, same kind of a namesake, because he really wanted the namesake, you know? And I feel like Man City are trying to build back a new team. Yeah, well, they'll need to. They'll need to. Some of them definitely look like them reach the end of the rope, you know? One done, yeah. Heart of a champion. So what kind of heart Madrid have? No, Madrid also have a heart of a champion. But remember, you know, there can be multiple teams with heart of champion, you know. So I'm just saying, even though everything would lean towards Madrid winning, I'm not going to definitively come out and say, yo, it's a definite, you know, because they also have, you know, even yesterday's game, they shouldn't have equalized that game 2-2 based on the balance of play, but they did. So, you know, they can pull out rabbits out of the hat as well. They have the talent to do so. You know, we haven't seen anything from Doku lately, but they've picked up Marmoush now. You know, Savinho has a moment of brilliance in him. And, you know, Haaland, if he's presented with chance, he's going to score. So, yeah, it's not, I would definitely give Madrid the favorite tag, though, for sure. That I can't go around that fact, at least in my brain. Liverpool has to do today is not let them score on them first. I don't even know if that matters, you know, DNA, because we have seen Liverpool not often this year, but when they go down, they tend to come back fighting very strong. So I don't think it would be over if Everton were to score. You know what I mean? But I think yes, if they want a positive result today, you know, just like most teams, they wouldn't want to concede first. But I wouldn't definitively say, boy, if them concede, them now go still win the game. You know. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Yes, up and gunning with a $5 US donation now from Namesake himself. So big up Namesake, and thanks again. All right, people. So we have 20 minutes of some talking banter, getting into the discussion. Let's now start the program, people. So the first thing we want to discuss, people, is the Jamaica versus Trinidad recap segment. So, of course, 2 matches were played. One on February the 6th in Montego Bay at the Catherine Hall Sports Complex, and one on February 9th, which was a Sunday, down in the jungle at Tony Spalding at Arnett Gardens, right? So, well, Jason, but not all team Liverpool can break down. That is true. That is true. But I think even if they have trouble breaking them down, just the sheer volume of attacks, I don't care how good defending you are, you're going to crack one or a few times, and they are clinical. So, you know, they have just the sample size this season has shown me enough to say no team now gonna shut them out. So, you know, Everton just gonna have to finish their chances. If they get chances, they're gonna have to score. So we'll see. I think the game will be closer than maybe some people think, though, because Everton is really playing better right now if you watch them play. But anyway, let's get right into the Jamaica versus Trinidad matchups. So first and foremost, let me get on screen JFF's Instagram page, because we want to reference the starting lineups in both games, which we know were posted there. So let's get that on screen for you guys, quick and fast, and then we'll start the discussion. All right, remember, while I'm getting this ready, please do smash that like button on the video. I see there are about 30 of you in the video right now. Definitely would love to get this video up to 50 likes at least. All right, people, that shouldn't be too hard. We know that people forward, people leave, but anybody that's in the building, please do smash that like button. All right, yeah, man, thank you very much, and respect again to We Max It Football and Namesake Nosage for dropping something on the board. All right, so this is the starting 11. Kimone Bailey, looking browner than I remember right here on the picture. But this was the starting 11 in that first matchup. Jamali Waite in goal. Where's number 23, JFF? Why can't you just put the right numbers? Jamali Waite, number 23 in goal. Backline of Kyle Ming at right back, Fitzroy Cummings and Richard King at centre back, Gadale Irving at left back. I think in my predictions, of the starting 11, I would have gotten Cummings wrong. I would have put Malik Howell there, but everybody else on that back line I had correctly. Also, the midfield of McCullough and Anglin deeper in the midfield I had correctly as well. I didn't have Maggie starting or Kimoni Bailey. Did have Warner Brown and Calvin though, so quite a bit of the starting lineup I actually did predict correctly. But Fitzroy Cummins definitely got the nod over Malik Howell, which we're going to talk about later as we discuss the games. And Tyreek McGee got the nod after his one performance in the JPL for Veer United. One of the talking points before when we talked about the squad was it right to put Tyreek McGee in this team if this team was really based on form in the JPL? How would Tyreek McGee garner a spot in the team then? And really, there was no explanation on merit for it. The only explanation really was that he had been a part of the team before. He's in Jamaica and available, so maybe McLaren would want him involved in any type of setup that he has with the local players now that he is considered a local player as well, playing in the JPL. But again, merit-based, I didn't see the reason for it. I thought it's almost a slap in the face to some of the creative midfielders that would have been playing all season in the JPL to not get that opportunity in this go-around. But the coach decided to go with some familiarity as well. So Tyreek McGee was chosen. Now, in that first game, first and foremost, I just want to shout out to the fans. The stands that the broadcast wasn't showing looked to have a lot of people there. So big up to the Montego Bay Massive for turning out, created a decent atmosphere in the crowd. The football maybe did not satisfy them all the way, but they at least turned up and turned out. So I want to give them their credit for doing so. Then onto the football now. I thought that both teams basically played this game at a snail's pace. It was really no tempo in the football match for the most part. Maybe individuals, when they received the ball, tried to inject tempo. But in terms of any kind of team tempo, it was non-existent from both teams, I thought. I still, and I'll keep saying it, whenever we face this Trinidad team, it just seems like the Trinidad players have a much better handle of how to work with one another into spaces to move the football. We still have quite a disconnect between the defense, the midfield, and the forward line when we are in possession. We'll keep the ball around the back, we'll pass to the goalkeeper, cycle between the centre backs and the left and right back. But it's something breaks down whenever McCullough or Anglin receive that ball from the defense. Either they're playing a wall pass directly back from where it came, or if they try to turn, usually there's really nobody to connect with after turning. So it just becomes a game where we try to find the wingers with long diagonals, and if they cannot bring the ball under control and do something with it in a 1v1 situation, basically the play going to break down. And I can't really level this only towards the local players, because even when we see the main team, so to speak, play matches, we also lament similar things. And we have thought for a long time that it has to do with the lack of capabilities of the players in midfield, especially. And I am thinking this is much more of a systemic problem, because we see different levels of players play under the system and we see the same issues happen. So whether it's Isaac Hayden, whether it's Latibodir, whether it's Sule McCullough, they all tend to look the same in that deeper midfield role when representing Jamaica. Now, of course, I think of the three that I just named, Isaac Hayden, even though he has a smaller sample size, would be the one that looks the most comfortable. And that could just be his ability to utilize space a bit better than the other two. Because even though Joel Latibodir, I don't doubt his footballing education coming from the academies he has come from, maybe his repetition in that area of the pitch is not as high as a player the likes of Isaac Hayden. So he can, you say sometimes you get the most out of the least. I think Isaac Hayden is the most capable of doing so. You know what I'm saying? Because in certain I feel like Hayden at least doesn't receive the ball in no man's land as much as you see it happen with Latibo there. He removes himself from that space. Now he might not receive it, even though he's moved himself out, but he at least doesn't receive it under that pressure like you see some of our other midfielders happen. It happened to Sule at times, not a lot, because King and Cummings and Ming and Irving were just going, to the wingers direct most of the time. So we didn't really see him get to collect the ball as much. Angling basically was being played over for the most part. So the midfield, I thought, couldn't really show themselves in the game because of the way we were playing. And that is something that's a theme with our teams, whether it's the local contingent or the full international team. So that's one thing that I pointed out. Just the midfield always looking a certain way when they're playing for Jamaica, right? Second thing, Tyreek McGee. We have to talk about Tyreek McGee. So we're always saying that we need to find a true creative number 10. But I would wonder, based on all the things I've just said about our midfield, what is the benefit of having a true number 10 if we're going to play the way we play? Because I don't see how even the most on-point number 10 would be able to really and truly shine if we continue to play the way we play. Because when would he receive the ball? If we're going direct to our wingers 9 times out of 10, he can only then link up play with one of the wingers, right? Which then is taking him out of the middle, where I think he would be most effective. So again, if we're going to play a system with a number 10, we need to tweak how we progress the ball forward, I think, for that number 10 to be effective. I think the way that I see the under 17 playing, which is more of a number 6 and 2 8s, makes more sense to how we play football. Let me know if you guys agree with that. Because for me, is a reason why, not only because of the opposition, because I know people say McGee looked better in the one game, but then bad against USA. I think McGee looked better because he was playing on the right. It had less to do with the fact that it was not the USA he was playing. When he played out on the right, he was much more effective because our game lends itself to highlighting that area more. That player will get the ball at his feet more than, say, an attacking midfielder in our system. That's just the facts. There have been very few games where I could remember a number 10 being effective. The one game I can remember, people, it was in the National Stadium. I believe it was either 1-1 or 2-1, Mexico versus Jamaica, when Bailey had the header early in the game and Ravel was playing number 10. That's probably the last time I could remember a number 10 for Jamaica having a big performance. Tell me, I know all the historians are here, or some of them. Let me know if I'm going too far back with that. But that's the last game I remember, of a number 10 being effective, And that was under Paul Hall. So, I don't know. I don't know, people. So DNA say he was surprised with McGee's selection. Yeah. And I heard a lot of the talk about the whole selection, and people were saying, listen, this is basically it for McGee, right? If McGee don't turn up in these games, we don't want to see him again. And let's be honest, people. I'm gonna do a poll. I'm gonna do a poll. Start a poll. Did McGee do enough in these games to keep his place in the national team? Yes or no? And we'll run that poll for a little while and see what people thinking, right? So, for me, we can't sugarcoat it, people. Tyreek McGee, there's many reasons why I think we should look in another direction. I've just mentioned a few. I don't know if a true number 10 that really wants to just play like a number 10 have any place in the Jamaican national team, even the main setup. It has to be a 8 who can play as a 10. You know what I'm saying? Has to be. Because we don't play to the strengths of a number 10 the way we play football. So why are we trying to force a number 10 in the team? That's the first thing. The second thing, if he's going to play, he has to play off the right side. So we need to analyze that right-hand side of the pitch for the main team. Does he have a spot in that pool of right-sided attackers to make it into the team? If the answer to that is no, then we need to move on from Tyreek in the main national team. That is my final assessment on McGee and the whole situation there. So Tyreek McGee, for me, until we can play a system that would suit his needs, which I don't see us doing, and I don't see us going towards, I don't think he warrants a place, people. That position, if it's going to be a 10, he needs to be able to function as an 8 as well. And we know that he can't. So let's not try to force it. Big up Conrad in the building. One turn McGee. Yeah, man, I know I hear a name for that. Afrikaans. Big up, big up, big up. I saw the first half Canada yesterday. That keeper from, was it Anguilla? Yes, he needs a contract. That man was saving balls like I don't even know I don't know who to compare that keeper to. But that keeper was stopping all kind of shots, man. I wouldn't say Hayden looked the same. Okay, I wouldn't say he looked the same. Yeah. I think he looked a little different, honestly. However, at the level of the game, he should have shined as he was like a senior player on the field. Come for the ball, call for the ball. He didn't distinguish himself. He also played too slow. Yeah, he did not distinguish himself. He did not look out of place in that level. And that is not good. That is not good for me. The entire team plays slow, but as a 10, he needs to dictate the game, and he never has. 0 assists and 0 goals at the senior level. Yeah, that's the facts. That's the facts. You need output from that player in that area of the field. Corey said the game is leaving McGee. I absolutely see that McGee cannot go to the next level. So DNA has dropped his assessment there. He shouldn't have been there to begin with. Unfair assessment, wasn't playing no ball. Yeah, I said so after the VAR game when people were kind of trying to assess him. I said, well, is it even fair? And that was my argument as well with putting him in the team, is that you guys are setting him up to fail because he hasn't been playing football. Even if he is at his best a level above the players that were in this squad, we wouldn't be able to see that now based on where he's at currently. He hasn't played enough football. So it was always doomed to fail. It was always doomed to fail. Ravel, last of Jamaica, number 10. Yeah, it looks so. So right wing, Nitro goes with Leon Bailey and Norman Campbell ahead of him. I would agree. Wholeheartedly there. I would agree. Yeah, man, send that Anguilla keeper to the MLS Academy. He deserves it. I'm telling you, that keeper was making some mad saves. Like, I'm talking top class level saves, man. I'm like, who is this guy? And somebody needs to recruit him into their academy system or something. Nitro saying the camp, Bobby De Cordova Reed, Lewis Baker, and Ravel Morrison. Well, we know that 2 of those players will be playing for Jamaica. Lewis Baker, boy, I've heard so many stories about Lewis Baker. At this point, until I speak to Lewis Baker, his agent himself, may not talk about Lewis Baker or what his potential for Jamaica is. I would love to have the player. I've seen him play enough to know that he would add to what we have. But boy, there's been so many stories and narratives around Lewis Baker over the years. Cheese and peas, everybody. Boy, one thing with Jamaica, we're full of power cut. But everybody have source. Cheese and peas. My sources told me. That's the Jamaican saying of the decade. Yeah, Nitro, I agree with the right wing. Yes, I do as well, as Brando said. How many more chances for McGee? Non-league at his very best. Cheese and peas. El Meeks. It's a sad reality, man. Saving shots, McGee. Burn up for balls. Yeah, Brando. It's tough, it's tough. When you see yourself wanting to be able to analyze football around the world, sometimes the language might not suit the Jamaican fan base. I overs that still, but yeah, I'm not going to I saw a clip the other day with Ninja Man talking about the same thing. And him said people too damn fool because um when you go to like foreign and somebody asks you where you're forward from, you're not gonna tell them Galchester, you're gonna say Manchester because you don't think them are gonna hear Manchester and care. So why we as a people have to care so much about foolishness? Like one thing I always remember, I remember when we did younger, we did a work in one restaurant in Atlanta. I don't know hospitality, them settings there. A lot of times you will find some of the workers them in the industry. They are what they are, right? And I'll never forget one of them one time did say that the way them preach. Yeah man, me know say a jokes, Brando, but I just something I point out. The way them preach, right? Them say if you are so adamant about talking down on them, a lot of times them realize that them man they are the closet one them. So when them tell me that, me just stop burn out people, brother. Me just keep to myself. You see me? Because if them are pre that way there, I don't want to be in that pre. So yeah, me just allow them. As long as them not bring them thing to me, me good. Because it's a part of life, people. We're not gonna build a life without them around. You're gonna stay in one bubble. They're out there. What you gonna do? They're out there. Can't change it. It is what it is. Who should be leading the attacking line? You got my full attention with that power cut joke. Yeah, man, but that's true, brother. For a place where full of power cut, everybody full of source. Use some of them source and leave on the power then, no, man. Sure. Anyway, I'm big up Brandon. I know say I go off on a little tangent this about that. It make me think about the thing we see with Ninja Man. So I have to tell people about that. Okay, so Nitro have him depth chart up front. Shamar, Keenan Davis, and Romario Williams. All right, Romario Williams just dead. Always there. Inconsistent still, him give a performance. But boy, we can't, boy, I don't know. Keenan Davis a good shot though. Eddie Gooner suggests those two are ready. Okay, because I saw Eddie put out a passport video and I was meant to watch it in my queue, but I never watched it yet. So okay. So he mentioned Keenan and Lewis Baker. All right, okay. Well, I had to get some big beating because him have my boy from AFTV, Cecil G, come tell us a Reese well on his way. And I'll know people coming like Reese name not even I get called again. So it's one of those things where names have been called over the years, but it's the follow-through part we need to see. Big up DOC. Yeah, man, keep on putting in the work with the females, them man. We see help with the development over there, I get a call, people. I wonder if this going to go in. Actually, I'm gonna answer it on this. Okay. Me send you the link, bro. Me send you the link instead of the call, cause the quality will be a little nicer. So hold on, may I message it to you now. So we're gonna have a special guest, have a little time to come have part of the discussion as well. So we're going to send on the link to him so he can join the discussion. All right, see the link there? Yeah, man. So we're gonna have a special guest, people, for come and full join the discussion as well. Let's get this off the screen for now. Yeah, so overall, first game, as I say, snail's pace, didn't love it. In the end, we did get the result. Sule Makala getting a goal late after multiple substitutions. I have to point out, though, that I thought some of the subs that came on did affect the game in a positive way. Namely, I would say that would have been Christopher Ainsworth at left back when he came on for Irving, and also Demario Phillips in midfield when he came on for Anglin a little bit into the second half. I thought those two players definitely, of all the players over the two legs, I would say put their hands up the most. I was expecting a bit more from Sule, McCullough, and Anglin based on their performances so far in the JPL. I've never been the biggest fan of what's his name there, Jashan Anglin, but I have to give him credit. I thought he has improved this season, especially in some of his decision making. Still can be rash in the tackle at times, but I thought playing alongside Sule McCullough has helped him to understand that sometimes just running around more might not be the most effective way to play midfield. McCullough uses not nearly as much energy playing midfield, but I've always found him to be a more effective midfielder. So I like that he's learning a bit off of Sule, and you can see him getting parts of Sule game in his own game. Still, I think he wants to do too much in midfield, wants to go run and tackle in every channel, wants to go, just yeah, sometimes he wants to overdo it in midfield and gets out of position. So, McCullough, as an emergency choice, I would say he could maybe be in the pool for the CDM, just because I like his temperament, I like his experience. Yes, he's not one for the future already, the wrong side of 30 and everything. But look, if we're just looking for a gap to fill for a game here or there, Sule McCullough, I would at least trust. I don't think that the level is so far above him in terms of his ability and in terms of how he reads the game. I think that part of it I like. Yes, he has his deficiencies technically, as do most of the players, just based on, if we're being honest, some of them, for me, it's the reaction time. How long does it take you to control the ball and do the next thing? And it just seems like it's 2-3 extra touches for all the players at all times. Very rarely you see them just control the ball and it's like, okay, let's move the ball. And I said the ones that seem to have a better handle on that, they stand out. The Ainsworth, the Mario Phillips, to a little lesser extent, Sule McCullough. Those to me were the three that I look at and say, okay, they have really said, if need be, if players drop out, if it's a last minute thing, a man can't catch the flight, I would be okay if that's the three that were added, or the one of those three were added, right? I would be okay with that, just being honest. Ainsworth, for multiple reasons. I think he has the ability, and I think he has the future. He has the age that I could understand including him in something like this. The Mario a little bit older, but I think at least has the experience of being around the team already, right? So yeah, that is something that I would say. All right, so we'll have a special guest backstage, and we're gonna get him on screen. So the one, the only, you see his name, so you can see it. His name is Billy the Diamond. He's in the building. What's up, Billy?
I'm here, man. I'm here. I just had a little time and I'm saying, okay, let me come on because you know that you have Nitro and all of those fans. One City lose a game, they said that I'm not available, but obviously I have a life. They just spin the narrative, you know. So I said, okay, let me kill two stone. Let me try join the conversation on what you're talking on and make sure I presented myself that I'm not hiding from any beating. You
So,
understand
so
me?
before you move anywhere from there, since I have spoken on it already and passed it, what is your take on the game yesterday with your team and the mighty Madrid?
Stop saying Mighty Madrid. You know, it was a battle of the depleted teams. City does not have any 6 or 8 midfielders. Gundogan is a dead dog. And they don't have defenders either. And
Question:
Madrid
what
doesn't
happened
have
to the
any
fella
defenders
from
either.
Porto? What happened to the fella from Porto?
Um, they just came in. They need time to play, and sometimes it takes a while to get into Pep's head because Pep has wingers on the bench. Doku could have added a lot to that game, and for some reason he decided that he's not going to go for Doku. He's going to go for even new players because he wants retention. I am almost convinced that in Pep's soul, he has a different soul a different kind of soul than any other human being. Something is engravely wrong with him, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna excuse
I
me.
am shocked. I am shocked as well that Omar Marmoush has joined the team and seems to
Yeah,
just fly past Doku. Like,
and believe me, Mamouche is a good player, but he's
yeah,
not in sync to City's style of play. Even
I
though he
think.
plays more technical football than Doku, Doku is way more effective than him. I'm telling you.
Well, I think Marmoush is better central, whether it's behind Haaland or in Haaland's spot. I
Yeah,
don't
but
think
he
he's as
decides
good
that he's
wide.
gonna play him as a winger.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
behind don't even make sense. You get me? It just shows that I think we saw Sterling, we saw Sane. Uh I I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna just leave him alone and say it is what it is. Pep is just a problem.
Yeah, Pep is a madman. But so how you feeling going into the second leg? You think that everything to play for, or you think that last goal by
Anything can
Madrid
happen.
might have
Anything can
ended
happen.
it?
City can beat Madrid. As what I've told people before, it was always up in the air. Why people thought that Madrid would have blown out City? I told you that's how the games worked. It's the first win they had in against City at home for like a million years. It was always one side. So based on Madrid doesn't have any defenders. If Pep picks the right team, they can win. They can win by that goal. They can win by even 2 goals. They can win, man. And like same way, they can just capitulate there and lose by 2 goals as well, because one team has defenders problems and have a really good midfielders and really good wingers and forwards, and City has a good striker, some good wingers and some good creative midfielders, but nothing aside from the defensive line
Nothing in
and
the
the
base.
deep
Yeah,
line.
yeah. And it's what I saw as well in the first half. Even though Madrid was creating their chances and stuff, it looked a little better to me when you guys had the four centre backs playing like how you did in the
Yes,
Champions
yes,
League
yes.
last year. And Akanji not being able to hold up for the game was a big problem.
A big one, and I just saw the little kid. It's just he wants to go forward a lot more. I don't think he's a stable right back at this point. He wants to play defensive central
Because
or
Pep has
wing
turned
and
him into a
finishing.
all everything, and he wants
Yes,
to
he
all
wants to
everything,
be.
even
I
in that
knew, I
role.
know, I know that knew that what he brought him on for is to stay in that right back area. But for some reason, once he overlaps, he ends up at the left wing, center
Everywhere.
striker, right beside
Everywhere.
Haaland. At one point, I saw him beside Haaland, and
Yeah.
we're on transitional break. And I'm saying, why are you not running back?
And not
You
only that,
got
not
the
only
dog
that,
in this
look
team,
at the
and you're 20
transition.
years old.
Listen, Pep Guardiola game plan in that game was to not let the front four counter. And as soon as Akanji came off, you could see the difference. Vinny Jr. had the freedom of the world
Yes, yeah,
on that
you're right.
side.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
So yeah, it
100%.
was tough. It was tough for them. But as I said earlier, and people beat me, I said the two team them have that championship heart and mentality.
Yes.
So anything can
Mhm.
play. I would give the edge to Madrid because I think they're
Yes,
gonna get
Madrid
back
can win.
Rudiger.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
get back some pieces that will help. And I just don't know if by the time they play next week, there might be another City defender out. So I
Yes,
just don't know.
agreed, agreed. And why I'm going to agree with you again that Real Madrid has the edge as well is because you can always expect. I think Pep win in big moments by accident. Out of ill, because he overthinks every single thing and always get it wrong, and then it's down on the players them to fix the problem on the field. So I do expect him to have a problem because he's going to go for retention, and retention on both sides just don't work when you have such raw speed between Mbappe and Vinny Jr. It's
Yeah,
just too much.
yeah,
You have to have something to stave them off, so at least one of them can defend. And I thought that he made both of them not defending yesterday, so they could have just turned it into a double striker, and it was
mm,
easy for them to just counter at all times. Try to
yeah,
find a way to take away that double striker. So either you're going to put an extra defensive central on the field, or actually use speed on the wide areas. That's the only way you counter it. And he goes to two tactical players that want to retain the ball, and then still have an next retainer on the field. And I'm
yeah.
saying, just stop the man. At some
Yeah,
point, you
you're
can
not
just
you're
stop,
not
man.
going to and even still, right? If you have let's say 65-70% possession. The 30% Madrid have, it's going to be when you have been gone up the pitch with your players. So it's even more dangerous. It's and you know that Carlo doesn't care about that damn football.
Yes,
Last
yes, yes.
year when you guys
They,
played,
they beat
you
Liga the
guys had
last
the
time.
ball all the
Raji
time,
came out.
took more shots, did more things.
Yes, Raji came out the last time, and Raji said that they are playing anti-football. But at some point, you have to say, all right, the anti-football actually working, because if they play you 16 times and they figured out, okay, you know what, let we not try to fool the stat sheet. Let we wait on them in the middle channels, because the goal is center and you have to come in the goal to score, You have
Have
to
to.
figure a way, because your players them are not so
But
strength
look,
strong players.
we see an example of it in the Premier League this year. Nottingham Forest literally does this every week to every team.
Yeah, agree, agree,
Literally,
agree.
literally. But anyway, that's the liquor segment. We never want Billy get away from him talk about the City team, because we're not run from the truth and the reality, right?
Yes, yes. I'm not running. I think they just make a narrative. You're so fast. They're over here. You understand me? They were waiting. I'm telling you, they are waiting, man. And you see, he's commenting all his fingernails. That boy. I'm not paying him any
Nitro,
mind.
Nitro say,
Congratulations to
excusers
Madrid.
are losers.
Congratulations to Madrid. As Dr. said, both teams has a lot of problems. So I'm just hoping that Madrid has more problems going into the next leg, and we do get back even one of the defensive centrals. That's all. All
I
right,
like
that's
this
all.
one. Pep
You have
was only
Camavinga. You
informed.
have Tuchameni. You have two defensive central on the field, even though one playing centre back. But they are two defensive central.
They are
So one is
actually
defensive
defensive
midfield.
centrals. Yes,
And so why
actually.
are you know what? All right, Jason, they said I'm using excuses. So let me leave them alone. All right, go ahead, Jason.
Yeah.
Your
So
turn.
look, I was just finishing up on the first leg and the second leg of this Jamaica Trinidad stuff, right? And
Mhm.
what my overall conclusion is, a lot, while it's obvious that there's deficiencies in the players that were used, my problem that I'm having is it looks too similar to when the actual team plays as well.
Mhm.
So how much of it is really on the players, and how much of is it such a systemic problem that we're having? Because a lot of the things that I see, the breakdowns in play when we try to build through the three thirds that I see in the main team, I'm seeing in this team as well. So that simply means we could get 11 of the greatest players, I don't care who they are. If the system is not tweaked in the right way, we're not going to get the results. And all that's going to happen is, oh, we don't. Well, all right, here's the one positive, JD. We see that the other team get the chance to play games against a team of their similar level, and we're seeing the same problems. We
Okay.
complain when we see the main team play against even Dom Rep and Dominica. So I'm not even going to go to the USA's.
Mhm.
I'm
Yes,
just
yes,
saying,
yes, yes.
even when we're going into the game saying we should be able to do what we want, we're still not seeing it happen. So for me, it must be more along the lines of a system problem than a player problem. What do you think?
Yeah, before we get into it, people just ask for the likes on the video, man. Come on and get the likes up, because you're having conversation. You guys are fighting, so at least you have to pay for my fight. My fight is expensive. So get the man likes up to over 50. How much it's on, Jason? How much
Right
it's
now,
on?
I just
So them start
refreshed.
people.
We're at 33 likes, so that is really
33? No,
poor.
no, no, people. We have more people in the chat. So if you're here and you're free, you're free. If you're getting free content, you're not donating to the channel. At least still drop a like and support the channel. I can vouch for Jason that he's definitely working. He's watching games. I can tell you that he's one of those YouTubers that actually watch games. Especially in the Jamaican category. You know me, I keep it real, and that's fact. So if you honestly claim that you want to support football and you want to bring it back to actual factual things, support the man. All right, yeah, man. So get the likes up before I do answer the question. Are we getting the likes up? Because they know that a whole heap of kick and thumb I'm gonna have to give people. So check me.
Let's see.
Tell me if
Let's
it's a
see.
go up and then I can speak. If not,
Let's
I'm not
see.
speaking. I'm done with talking.
All right, so it
It's
jump
coming
up
up.
to it jump up to 40 quick and fast. So keep it going,
Okay. Then
people.
should we wait until it gets to 50, or I
Yeah,
can go
man.
ahead?
Yeah, man. 50 we say. 50 we say,
All
people.
right.
It
Yeah.
can
So
get
get
to
the likes
50.
up, more people
It
before we
can get
can
to
talk. I'm
50
very
people.
sorry. We're not holding it hostage, but it is what it is. All right. So when we reach 45, we can chop up things. Yeah, because you have
Yeah,
to
man.
respect the
Let me
program.
refresh and make sure. All right. 3 more likes, people, and we can talk again.
Yes, yes. And no, this is not Cranky badness. Cranky just steal all of my stuff. Even Eddie's what he wants to shine a little bit extra. You understand me? Yes, he just steals my stuff. I was the inventor of telling the people and people like button. Somebody's gonna clip it now and send it to you, Jason. And it's a ballad war, no?
I was the first to ask for a like.
Yeah, so good question, good question. It's a tough one, because believe me, I've sat down and look at a lot of things, and I'm saying, how is this possible? So what I did is to go back for both teams, because remember you kind of context everything for the big team, the main team, and the second team. So I went back to watch some of these kids playing in their respective teams, and I saw most of them. Maybe they are not keeping shape. So I can say that I'm going to come back to the shape argument, but they still pass the ball better. So even though they are not keeping shape, they still pass the ball better. So either the JPL reaction timing is really slow, so they still can maintain the pace to get the ball even when they are out of position. That could be a point, but they still pass the ball better. And for the English team, the main team with English players and stuff, they pass the ball completely better for their club teams. So I would say that it is more on the system that the coach is playing. Even though he claimed that he wants passing football, I think it's either the guys are struggling to figure out his system and then revert to what is easiest.
The norm, yeah.
I am kind of, I would say I'm still blaming the coach 60%. Still
Yeah.
blame the coach 60%. You understand
Yeah.
me?
I would have
Because
to
you know
agree.
why I blamed him more? Because when we saw low opposition, as you look at the Dominica, I still saw them losing when you have more reaction time and you have more spacing in between the pass and you control the ball and still make poor judgments. I.e., when Damien Lowe playing, people complain about him not getting space. He got enough space. He still goes long. He does not look for the six that's dropping off to pick up the ball. And you had proper six that's dropping off to pick the ball up, and they still never got the ball. They went long. Two of the goals conceded for United States was based off we going over the top long and isolating out everybody, and Leon Bailey couldn't do nothing with the ball, lost the ball, and then the overlap the four in midfield, because Robinson made the four in midfield and forced Leon Bailey to come back to defend, and he decided that he's going to attack, and that's where both of the goals them came from. So I would say that it's based on the system of the coach a lot more than the actual players' ability, because we saw it at their clubs, mainly for the main team, but also for the local team. I saw a lot of them played football. The reaction timing is wider, yes, but the reaction timing is also wider against some of these teams, and we still saw the same problem. So I would
Yeah.
agree with you that it's actually the coach more than the players.
Yeah. I agree. And I think what nail it home for me is it, all right. If someone was just to clip, like for example, your reaction to a Jamaica versus Dominica game, and then clip your reaction to the Jamaica versus Trinidad game, I don't know if they would know until them hear names being said which game you were referring to or which level of the national team you're referring to. And that to me means it's not a player problem, it's a system problem, because you can have different players and you're still complaining about the same damn things, right? So that's why I would agree that you have to give more of it towards the system, the coaching, and things of that nature. Drew Ross asked a question here, and I agree. I would like to tackle this as my final thing about these games. Were these games a waste of time? So let me just answer this real quick, JD, before you go. My take on it. The reason why I won't say it was a waste of time is this. Sometimes in order to
Please
make
don't do
progress,
my answer.
sometimes in
Right, go
order to
ahead.
make progress, you have to see something to get to the progress. There has always been this argument that we need to include more local players for reasons that are non-football. It's never about the talent level. It's about they're going to fight harder. They're going to run faster. They're going to die for the flag. That is what I hear. That's why you hear me say, I need to purchase one of these fight meters and I can hold it up to the players and see where on the meter they go. Because someone has a meter and I don't know about it. Because that's always the argument. But what these games should crystallize to the local fans is that the players have deficiencies that no amount of fight can eliminate. Okay? And that is why, Drew Ross, I think these games weren't a waste of time. Because if it even got 50% of the local fan base to think a bit more clearly about the makeup of our team, then it was a successful thing. That is why I'd say it's successful.
All right, you kind of stole my answer, but I've answered it on my channel before, so maybe you stole it overall. But I'm going to give you credit. Let me still change a little bit, but yes, I agree with Jason. I think it's not a waste of time, solely based off our biggest problem. Majority of our teams came in, we pile pressure on the coaches them via our culture is a propaganda culture, and it's all about fame. So anybody famous, it's not about what evil they can actually do well. We have to get them on because we always try to compare fame with sales. So we want a full stadium. So even if it's one player has to be on that list based off just fame, it's going to be that way. So the more we can get a lot of the famous players them being seen today, and it work out exactly as how it worked out today, people will see the reality to say that it's actually holding back the team, picking players this way and not the right way. You understand me? So I do believe it's not a waste of time because at least you get a non-FIFA window game to test out as much players to see if they are good enough. And if you turn out good enough, you made the team on merit and not propaganda. So I'm perfectly all right with that take to say that it's not a waste of time.
Yeah, it's not. It's not because I think that the people, the way the people get educated is by seeing the games, right? And even the most diehard fan of the JPL could not tell you that they, just set the place alight. And the thing is, the level of competition they were playing, it wasn't like they were set up to fail. They were set up to do well. And it didn't work out. So
you just said not even the most diehard JPL fan would think that these guys did well enough.
Well,
believe me,
that's not true.
If I send you a clip, I heard a man telling you that based off the performance, a player need to be in the team out of this.
Yeah, no,
I don't know if I need
think
to go.
a lot of things would have to happen around the team selection to make any of these players make a team. Honestly, it would have to be a final resort and that's just me. I follow too much football, watch too many players that are already representing Jamaica.
I agree.
These players make the damn team.
I agree with you. You know, explain yourself. But you just, I'm trying to make it. You know that you have propagandists in positions that still mislead people just the same. So even though we are looking at the game itself and saying that people in the stadium see that yo boy they might not be good enough, you have other people that get incentivized for doing things like this because I heard man telling people that your players here should make the national team. And I can't believe what I'm hearing. And if you look at the players them in the defense, it's purely the problem was in defense. King have the ball. What is name again at the right back? Ming
Yes.
ain't stretching nothing at all. He is clueless. He offers no wit, zero. And then the midfielders never dropped off. So King most of the time got forced to play it long.
But it looked to me like, I don't know, maybe it was the coach telling him to form a back three because he was reluctant to go and help Calvin on that side. He would not pass the half line most of the time.
Yeah, but even if you're saying they're trying to shift to a back three, what was he playing then? Because he was not playing as a wing back. Because when he stopped on the half line, he never moved from back to front.
No, I'm saying maybe Irving was the one that was told, you go forward, and
Okay.
I don't want both of you to go. Because it looked like Irving had more freedom than me in both of
Mm-hmm.
them. And also with Ainsworth. Ainsworth was playing like a left winger.
Yeah,
For,
which is
you
here.
know,
So, but what? So if you're saying that, then why you never received and be the retainer of the ball then
I
to
don't
give
know
back the
why he
position
was
to?
playing when he received the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like he was in possession wanting to play a traditional right back, but then out of
Okay.
possession he's playing
Here,
centre back.
here.
So he wasn't, but I agree that when he got the ball, if he didn't have the winger right ahead of him to play the ball to, he was clueless of what to do with the ball. So if he didn't play it direct to Calvin or whoever was in
Mm-hmm.
front of him, he either played it back to the goalkeeper, or he never did anything besides like two different
And,
things.
and when he played the ball to the goalkeeper, King gets the ball after.
Correct.
And then now he is out of position to come back for the ball from King. So King had to go long because Cummins was already giving King width, but they are closing over that side because the strength was from Trinidad's
Trinidad's
right
wing.
hand side.
Yes.
So Cummins got occupied, and then him closed off the angle and gave Jamaica no angle. So, oh, in the world, he would have been the one deserved to make the national team.
Yeah, because I heard that people say he didn't do too badly, but I mean in this type of game, surely the criteria would be doing great. Doing not too badly for me is not enough to warrant getting selected. I'm sorry.
Yeah, be honest, the only player that I was impressed with was Cummins. I'm very sorry. And because he got into trouble and I saw him recovered. So the only player that deserved to make national team would have been Cummins. I can't come and lie to people. I have to stand on business. What you do on the field is what I have to take you for. I can't just say, oh, because you play 60 games before or you win a conquer of something. I should tell you that you need to do it. This game was to show something, and we have to say who showed it. And to be honest, the Cavaliers, I read Cavaliers, but they never live up to the hype.
Yeah,
I
I
think
was very I was disappointed with Jalmaro a lot, man. I thought Jalmaro would have showed himself better in the two
yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah. They never lived up to the hype.
And
I'm
it's
very
and it's
sorry.
and it's one thing to say, boy, Jalmaro don't really get the ball, but when
Hmm.
he did get the ball, it wasn't good. It wasn't good enough. It
And
wasn't
he
good
never
enough.
applied the spatial awareness that we expected from him to make it easy. So even
Mhm.
if we had Ming had the problem here, him occupying the center back, them would have made some adjustments, and then we could have blamed Ming a lot more. You understand
Yeah.
me? But so yeah, it was a tough game to analyze. To be honest, because so much people not doing what they're doing that they should be doing as the for the position. It's very tough. But yeah,
So yeah, so look, we're not gonna harp on that anymore. Look, it was what it was. I have something in my title though that I want to touch on briefly. JFF live flop. Now,
oh God, man, I don't know
every,
much about that thing. I'm not gonna talk.
that's fine. Everybody knows I am a supporter of the Jamaica football teams, right? I can't go around that fact. I lived in Jamaica for a long time. I actually was wanting to be a part of the Jamaica football team when I
Oh,
played football, right? So I am invested for a long time into this whole thing. Now, I need to talk about this whole rollout of this JFF Live thing and why it just didn't sit well with me. Um, First and foremost, we got to see a glimpse of the type of production value or level that we'd be receiving when we saw the Reggae Girls play against South Africa. I pretty much figured that whatever was used in those games would be what would be used moving forward. Now, watching those games, yes, I was able to see it and I give thanks. But if I had to pay for what I watched with the Reggae Girls, I would have been unhappy. So when the JFF came out and mentioned that they're going to be broadcasting these two friendlies with a membership to their YouTube channel and the price of the membership, I was taken aback by that. First and foremost, I know because I have a YouTube channel, you can set the price of your damn membership. So when they came out and told me that $9.99 was the minimum brought to them by YouTube, it was actually truthful but a lie at the same time. Because when you first set up that membership, YouTube does put a number on the screen. But guess what, people? You move your mouse, you click on the number, and you type in whatever damn number you want. Okay? So don't let them tell you no foolishness. That's the first thing. The second thing, if this YouTube platform thing was a donation-based thing, look me in my eyes and say to me, Jason, we are trying to raise funding any way we can. Donate $9.99 and don't make it about you're going to give me content for value for my money and this and that, because I stream a whole bunch of things to watch football matches and I pay $8.99 a month, $7.99 a month, $9.99 a month, and guess what? If I can't find quality, you know what I do? I find the damn games for free. So why would I in my life have a family, I have a picnic, I have more than one picnic, I have a wife, me have car note, me have things to pay. Why would I take my hard-earned money and spend something on a product that I know is not worth what you want me to buy it for? How that makes sense? And not only that, on the damn page, you guys put die-hard fans. So what that's supposed to mean? If I don't pay my $10, I am just a plastic fan. I don't love Jamaica because I won't pay the $10. And that's what I said. Just be upfront. If it was a donation, just ask me for some money.
The one word, Jason, the mental choppers. It's not the choppers, the mental choppers.
I did not spend the $10. So let me not act like I spent the money. I didn't spend it, okay? So I'll be upfront and tell you I didn't spend it. But the people that spent it, I want to think them feel when the second game come and me can just watch it with no money and them have to, what the hell?
The mental choppers.
Listen sometime. People
the mental choppers, Jason.
Huh?
The mental choppers. So they are not just the choppers in Ocherius and Mobi. They are the mental choppers. What you said? They put up something says die-hearted fans just to play on your emotions. You know we have that in our culture. All right? That's what they did. You ain't real. So like what I did when I complained and said if I'm not getting the value, I'm not gonna pay for it. And a man came in my chat and told me that oh, you have education to do commentary, you're complaining about commentary. So he was so dumb, he doesn't even see me as a actual consumer because I said I'm gonna pay my own money. So I guess YouTube is just a conman society where you just shut up and dribble. And that's what they're trying to turn it into. So the JFF gets to all the people who love sweets, draw them in and let them con the people them. So when you talk as an individual, it's a problem. So you have no power. You can't say, you go work in a snow and prepare $10. You can't talk about any quality when you're in a world that is based on quality what you pay for. Because I pay $15 for Netflix or $30 now for HD. And I get 17,000 HD and quality speaking. So why I couldn't just say what I have to say? Why people have to be jump? No. Nobody now call me down, man. People, as what I've said, you don't pay for nothing if you don't feel like you pay for it. Don't make them mentally guilt trip you. Our culture is great at that. All right?
And
go to the academies them and give you $10 to a young kid, a Kingston Academy or somewhere. Believe me, if you don't think the content is worth it, which I did not believe it's worth it, so I didn't want to pay. Straight up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also, right, it just shows. I wonder how many initiatives the JFF has tried to start over the last 20, 25 years where their short-sightedness has blocked them from progress. Think about it. You charge $9.99. Let's just say you said $1.99. Do you understand how many more people would have actually bought it if it was just $1.99 and $9.99? So you run down the $10 where 50 man say yes, we're gonna do it. When a 5,000 man could have potentially do the $2 one. Anybody will know maths. Which one make you more money?
Oh, but Jason, I think you have a valid point right there with the less money, so everybody can donate. And you have the stream full of 2,000 people paying $2, which is 100% fact. But why you don't want to listen to the cry of the people and just up the standard of the thing? I saw Brian Mighty. I saw Brian Mighty doing transfers and everything. Bring him on the stage. Find the next commentator from the next part. Pay Sportsmax to video it. But as you said, they like short-sighted this, so anybody who can do it free or cheap, they're gonna hire them. So it just seems like, and then they want the most out of it to guilt trip you into getting 10. So that's why I said they're con man.
How can you go cheap on your product, but then overprice the damn product?
That's why I was saying to people, and they cuss me out because they are more Jamaican than me, because obviously I'm Asian, Belgian, Surinamese. So my talk is not so powerful, but I know I have sense, and I use my sense. And I was not going to give them my $9, and I will keep on burning them out to give quality to the people and stop try. They are not better than the choppers them in a mobile. I am not asking you, because I just saw it as a chopping from day one.
Well, look, there's one thing that I have to share this with the people watching, okay? I made some comments, I believe it might have been on your channel, I think, in regards to the commentary, because not only was the video in substandard, but the commentary I thought was poor, right? And it has nothing to do with how they speak or anything like that. It's just about goddamn research. If you're going to commentate on a game, the very least you could do is have the list of the players' names. Go to one of the Trinidad people and say, hey, how you say this man's name? How you know, can I get some info on this player? I see that in the but none of that was done, right? And not only that, you would think that they would have a full handle on all the Jamaican players. They're calling the players by number. They don't know the damn Jamaicans either.
But look. Can you fire those people? No, I'm gonna ask the question. Can you fire a person where you never hire? No. So that's the problem now. When you pay professional people, you hold them at a standard. If they don't do what you do, what you're required, Jason, you can sue them. So that's what professionalism comes in. You get me? Because that means I'm gonna sue you for loss of earnings, because you run away my commenters them, because they're in there telling you that it's substandard product. And I heard 1 and 2 man chipping every minute. Yo, no look who they get this. I want to be grateful. Grateful for what? Grateful to take my money out of my pocket after I'm an idiot. You have some caveman living in 2025, you know. I don't know how them escape out of them cave, you know, Jason. I don't know how them escape out of them cave. Because you're gonna come and tell good sensible people why them attack. You're lucky we get this. We have HD camera. We can just got a store to buy HD camera for $30, and the white girl that passed crystal clear. Yes. The white girl that passed crystal clear. You swear to get it right in front of her. So why you come tell me so we can't talk?
So why this not showing?
So I'm mad this, man. The standard need to raise, man, and people need to get out of them feelings and do a damn job.
All right, let me find these people.
Yeah, but me don't want to spend 2 times on that, Jason, because I know you set me up, you know.
No. It's not no setup thing. It's not no setup thing.
But you know the cult are gonna come after me. Them not gonna come after you, you know. You know, because you're more Jamaican than me, you know.
I don't know about that.
Where's the Jamaican meter?
I'll tell you this though. I have to show the people this conversation that I had, because to me, this just shows how much the people in them feelings. You can't even tell them how you feel about anything. They more getting in them feelings about that as well. So let me show you a conversation. This is under, I don't know, CC himself reached out to me on YouTube to talk to me about what I was saying. And I'm going to show you guys the conversation. All right? So look at this. Look at these people. Where is it? All right, boom. So can everyone see this? I'll make it a little bit bigger. So CC said to me, no disrespect, Jason Gooner, but I find any chance you get to come at me with some BS, you do so. I'm going to leave it to you and your friend Billy because I'm not into the disrespect game y'all playing, right?
Oh Lord.
So I respond and
So
said,
me end up
CC,
in a war. Oh my God.
yeah, he called your name. I guess because of something I said on your program, I'm assuming,
Okay.
right? So I said, CC, forward out your feelings. It's not personal. I just don't like the commentary. The man said, I wasn't the commentator. So I'm saying to myself, what is this man talking about? I said, CC, they call what you were doing the color commentary. Why you keep saying you weren't commentating? What were you doing? CC then says color commentary, while some view it as play-by-play, which I don't know who would view that because it's different. The play-by-play is one and the color is the other one. But anyway, hence the reason I would use hyperbole and metaphor in my description of plays. I understand it won't be to some liking, hence why may I exit the space and leave it to the professionals. Remember, this was actually after the first game. So him lied. Him saying was leaving it to the professionals, but he went back. Anyway, hopefully
So that
none
was
of
after
bash.
the first game and me involved in it and I was sick for the
No,
longest
no,
time.
no. You're right. You're right. This was 2 days ago. So no, this was after the 2 game them. So him saying, nah, do it no more people. You will not
Okay.
hear him again,
Let me
is what
catch up with
he's
this
saying
man.
here.
You know?
Hopefully,
Oh my
none of
God.
bash the next person who comes around. So I said to him, listen, just because you like Ray Hudson, don't mean you should try to be him as a color commentator. Just be yourself. I said, me hear you on enough channel and never hear you talk so. Him said, well, it was short-lived. I got to live out my dream still, so that's a plus. So, first and foremost, him a try to tell me, say, I'm dream that. So if that's your dream, CC, why the backside you not put more time and effort into it? You think that's a dream work? You can't just take up yourself and do something because you think you're good at it, long me go up on YouTube and I talk in a comment section before me even think to do a channel. I didn't just wake up one day and do it. And before even coming to YouTube, I have watched football like how I watch it now for like 30 years. So there's a reason why people that come here and listen to me, normally, typically after the videos, will say, yo, respect, thanks for the video. And Ray, because they can tell that I actually know what I'm talking about. But if you are on the streams asking who players are, asking about things when you're on the actual coverage, how am I to believe that you know what you're doing? Come on, man. Come on, man. JFF Live, I don't want to beat you. Literally, I wish I never had to do this. But it has to be done because it was not right. And the way I want to move was not right. And you guys should understand that and know, coming from me, somebody where, as JD tell you, I'm more Jamaican. So I don't
Yes,
want to be
you're more
beating
Jamaican,
you.
100%, of
I
course.
don't
I'm
want to
in
be
a
beating
Jamaican.
you. But the truth is the truth and the facts are the facts. You
Yes.
guys deserve
And
some
I
discredit for what
shouldn't have
happened.
commented on
It
this,
was
you know.
not
But,
good.
yes,
It was not
yeah,
good.
and I did get some messages, personal messages from CC as well, but I never paid it any mind. I just block him, Raf, because you literally text me personally, and I'm not in it because I was just a consumer, and I said once he's commentating, I'm not going to watch it. So I'm just telling you that I heard the cry from the people, and I agree with the people. That's all I was saying. So if I can't talk as a consumer and you feel away, that's your problem, blood. If you see my video and you said you don't like my actions, then you don't watch me. I heard people say that always on other platforms. My girl not try to get people to bad them up. Jason, me not bad nobody. You don't come. I'm a continuous striving a life. But one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna learn to improve myself. So just improve yourself, my brother, and just do your do. Me no need to tell you around the corner when you do something publicly, unless I'm gonna be a fake friend to you. But that's what Jamaica is filled with, too much fake friends. And just tell people the truth so people can improve and put more work in it. Because maybe if you said it's a dream, you might can do it in the future. But you
Thank you,
just need to
Danica
put
Knight.
more effort in. And if you get uncomfortable, that's the only way you're gonna put effort in. It's because you're too comfortable. Someone just give you a set of talk. I want you to do what you do. I want thing, a Jamaica, that's the way I say. No, man, no, you have to put effort in because when we come on YouTube, we put effort in. So that's how we can transcend past just Jamaican years. You realize that I'm not a Jamaican a top vlogger, I'm a worldwide vlogger because I try to make sure my content reaches way more eyeballs. And
Look at this.
only way you can do that is more education. So keep on
Facts.
improving yourself and you keep going further. So stop taking it as a disrespect. and just look at the benefits of it. You claim that it's something you love. If this is how you treat something you love, I don't want you to hate it. You know?
And Danica Knight, very good point here. Didn't the South Africans drag CC for his commentary in the Reggae Girls
Yes,
match?
that's what he has me him have me for, because through me call him out and Dre anyway that I do next one, we are telling boy him great. That boy the name Dre where I want a man lick him with top in my head side.
What Dre do now? Lord God.
Bad man, hey boy JD, bad man, my friend. My friend great. Dre anyway that is the person you don't want to be friends with. Dre, don't pay just in the mind and me stuff. Contact me and ward me. Yes, because you're lying to your friend. Dre, no weather, sport. Right.
He defend JPL the most and don't know the players. Yeah, Chris, it was getting to me, man. It was getting to me.
Yeah, but you see, you talk about the
U-17 no. U-17 no. So listen, that's it. We're done with JFF Live. We're done with Jamaica Trinidad. Yeah, that was my full takes and JD's takes on that. But let's move into the Jamaica Under-17. And in the title, I have a question. Jamaica Under-17 to qualify with a question mark. And the reason why I'm not making any definitive statements is I haven't seen enough to define whether they will make it or not. But what I have seen so far, I can speak to. So first and foremost, the Jamaica played St. Lucia in the opening matchup of this group. Of course, the other two teams in the group would be Cayman and El Salvador, who played a little bit later. But the first game was Jamaica and St. Lucia. Now, going into the game, I was on Billy's platform, listening to him have the pre-game and stuff. And I went on and gave a prediction and said, listen, I am wanting a clean sheet, so I'll say 3-0. But I know that at this level, there's mistakes in the football normally, and maybe we don't get the clean sheet. So I'll say 3-1. Now, in my mind, when I'm making that prediction, I'm saying I know that Jamaica could potentially beat them by more, but I just feel like I'm going to be conservative because it's the first game, jitters, anxiety, all these things, all the factors. And I didn't know enough about the St. Lucia team in total to really say we're so much better than them. Now, watching the game, it was clear in the beginning that St. Lucia had a couple of players that could potentially pose big problems for us. The number 9 that was playing striker, the number 11 that was on one of the flanks, and they had 2 midfielders as well that were doing really well spraying those passes to them, right? So that little aspect that I saw early in the game, I'm saying, okay, if we don't set up the team properly and really concentrate, we're going to have some situations that could be problems for us. I thought in the first half, we did a decent job of holding them back a little bit. I think as the game got stretched and we got a little more tired, they really were putting us under some pressure, right? And I wasn't expecting it to be such a tug-of-war game in the long run, but it definitely turned into that. And I just feel like some of the decisions that I saw some of our players making made it worse for us. I saw leading up to this whole program, the one position that I thought we maybe didn't recruit well enough in was the goalkeeping department. I hadn't seen any goalkeepers come into any other camps that were not playing locally. Nothing against that happening, but I just found it strange that in every other position on the field, we're getting players from all over, but we can't find no goalkeepers, right? So, and it actually turned out that the keeper that was playing yesterday, who has been the number 1 throughout the whole process, Justin Murray from Glenmuir, we saw deficiencies in his game in the DaCosta Cup. And it normally stemmed from his decision-making coming off of his line. And that reared its ugly head a few times in yesterday's game. And so moving forward, he's going to need to get a handle on that. And I think also we're going to need to get a better handle on these bigger strikers in U-17 that pose that physical battle threat. Because that player number 9, who I've learned now is plying his trade at Mount Pleasant with the youth program there, he is a handful for us. And if anybody watched El Salvador's game, El Salvador have a number 9 that is the same damn size as this boy and actually has foot skill above this boy who had foot skill as well. So I'm telling you, El Salvador have more pieces to get number 9 the ball and a player with the same physical attributes as that team's player. So we need to be very, very fearful of that El Salvador team and that striker in particular. Luis Tobar is his name. Remember, I'm telling the people, Luis Tobar will cause us problems. So we need to figure out how to stop him. All right. That's my opening salvo on the U-17. JD, give me some thoughts on what you saw in the Jamaica-St. Lucia match.
The first thing I would ask you, you thought that Jamaica dominated this game? And the chat, do you think that Jamaica dominated this game?
I would say that Jamaica did not dominate this game, no. Okay. And the statistics would say so as well. But yes, I would say no. I did not think it was a dominating display.
Okay, because a man sent me a clip again. I don't know how we can be so influential and so misleading, because for me, I went back and watched the game 2 times on CONCACAF, and at the start I heard the CONCACAF coach, commentator raving about Jamaica, saying that at the high level we are doing extremely well and we are trying to make a jump at the lower level as well. And at the end of the game, he said that this was a very good game and Jamaica really scraped to get over the line. So the last time when I hear domination, I always believe that the domination means even if we don't get it in goal, we were so superior in chances. And I want to tell you that 3 of the triple shots them came off 1 action. You only can score 1 time on that, Jason. So that is 9 strikes came off 3 actions. So really and truly, Jamaica had 14 shots in total, over to 10. And excluding the 10, which all of those 10 coming from St. Lucia was single action. So they couldn't score again off it. It was all singles. And that is excluding the pass to keeper, which is a yellow, was given a yellow card, and it's a Stonewall red card. Jamaica was very lucky there. And the next action where he passed the goalkeeper completely and never strike the ball. So people, these things can be extremely misleading. It was no domination, none at all. It was a very close game. One team wanted to play wing transition, counter-attacking style football, and one tried to keep the position. And one was comfortable to give you the position. That's what I saw and in the game. We never passed the ball well, especially out of the left-sided central position, which is what Jacob is his name.
On the left side for us?
Yes, left side. Jacob is his name.
You're talking number 17, Jabbar Johnson?
Jabbar. That side, the outlet pass right there was very poor, and he was like the passer. And surprisingly, he never gave it to Smith. That was always making the availability to him. And he seems to always go long and try to find Marsh. Was it Marsh? Playing wide.
Yes,
Marsh tried to find Marsh. And I think he only found Marsh 2 times in the game.
There was 1, and that led to the goal. The one time.
So for me, it can be extremely misleading. But if you watch the game, you will come to everybody's conclusion in the real world, which is just anyway outside JFF fraternity.
You can look at it right here. Right? Look at the raw data. We had 74% to their 26. We had 21 shots to their 10, which JD explained. About 9 of those shots came in 3 actions. So that kind of cloud the shots to a bigger range, right? But to me, the most important stat about shots is the ones on target. And look at how close it was. 4-3. So you can take 57 shots, 100 shots, if only 5 of them on target, and the other team have 7 on target. Who really dominated? Or did anybody dominate? We create 4 big chances to their 1. And to be honest, the chance that Could have been a red
And they
card.
don't count. The
Wasn't
other
a big
charges
chance
them that
because
are
there
clear
was no
charges
shot
against him.
registered, right? There was a second half play as well where he came out of the goal and the guy
Yes.
was wide with the ball. Could have tried a shot.
It's an empty goal. He could have took a shot down.
Empty. Yes.
But so I'm saying,
So
people, we have to watch the game before we can truly know what took place. That's what my point is to say. This can be extremely misleading, and I would not like the coach to take a stats right here to make his adjustments for the final game, because you're going to fail if that's the case. I think you have to look at if you exercise the four at the back, because you just pointed out a good thing, the big strikers. I strongly believe that if you have a fullback that can pile the pressure up the pitch a lot more, it will take off the pressure, and then two players can deal with one player. If you can't deal with a big striker with two players, you should not be on the field. You understand me? But have an outlet to pressure other people. Because remember, Jason, when it look more dangerous is when the big guy can lay it after others, because they realize, okay, I can take this risk because they can't deal with him. So let me just run beside him and give it. And if he had laid off the ball, Jason, they got two empty tap-ins. Him just passed the ball, and
he went
laid it off a few times.
for a
But he
strike
had
a couple
empty
times
tap-ins
when he
to
had
lay
the
it off as
cross.
well.
Yeah.
So
And
those were
also,
also big moments. So
and
it was
also
a
look,
very, very tight game, people.
I'm not going to act as if there was nothing good in the game from Jamaica, right? We had a lot of passes completed. I thought that the number 3, Kieran Smith, was very good on the left-hand side once he got into the game. I thought that I was surprised, but I know that Axel, I got some information that he was dealing with a sickness.
Okay,
So
I
that's
like that.
part of the reason why he only lasted halftime.
Okay.
So it made sense of the sub. I know at the time, in real time, we were like, what the hell?
Yeah, because that was a mad substitution. The actual player that is holding up the play and starting the play, we took off at halftime. So if he was sick for real, definitely we can understand, because he was the best player on the field for Jamaica. And he was, look at that, Jason. Even though we made other substitutions, that fear factor of that big strong guy named Axel doing what he was doing, that extra player got into the attack, you realize?
Yeah.
So people, what we're saying is, you don't just jump because we're talking. The next guy came on and scored. Sometimes it's not just because if you're gonna score and you're gonna concede 2, that means you still lose the game 2-1, Jason.
Facts.
So you have other attributes for people you have to look at as well, which is very much important. And that guy named Axel is essential. Smith, Axel, Marsh. I think Marsh can play left wing by himself. He doesn't need the captain to be over there always. He's very talented. I don't know where he's from, but he's talented. His take-ons were very good.
Adriano Marsh is, if you remember, that team that made it to the semi-finals in the U-15. He was one of the wingers with Kai Miles on the other side. Now, Kai Miles has not survived. Somehow, Kai Miles ain't in this damn team. But Adriano Marsh is still around, and he's from then. So there's some continuity with him, with the Jamaicans, which is nice. And he's still doing this thing at Inter Miami. He's not quite there to get the first team, but I think the next couple of years, you need to watch him. He might break through.
Yeah, man, he was definitely good. And the Axel guy,
he's at Orlando City.
I like them.
Axel is at Orlando City.
So they are both overseas players?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Smith is also overseas player?
Smith is from New York City.
Oh my God. All right, I need to look for some other players because one of the guys them that came on the 15 and 16, one of them was local, right?
Yes, Shamar Nicholson is playing under Tapper in the first team at Mount
Pleasant. Nolan. Yeah, I have to give him some credit because I don't want it to seem like a bias, but it's just what I'm seeing on the field, people. It was very clear that those two players were the best players for Jamaica at the start. Seymour's running and positioning was good. I have
seen him play better touch-wise, but he still was in the right areas, which I like.
His positioning was okay, but something never clicked for him because Marsh gave him around 2 balls closer to the penalty spot, and he was in the right position, but I don't know if he's unbalanced, why he never did better. So I think he has things to work on, but I like his movements.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Agreed.
like his movements there.
Agreed.
Guys,
I think
I'm watching the game, guys. I'm looking at all the players them. So we had some good players, but I think at the defense to the middle of the pack kind of let me down. The Campbell guy, I actually like him as
number
well.
6 played well. Raekwon
Yeah,
Campbell,
yeah,
the
the Campbell
MSS,
guy, I
he
like
played
him as
well.
well.
He played well. You saw him on set piece duty, had some good crosses
Yes,
there.
I like him. I like
Also,
him. I like him.
also, I thought he created probably the clearest chance of the day. He
Yeah,
played a
yeah,
one
yeah, I like
in
him. Yeah,
Taylor and then
I would give
flipped
him a
it over
game.
to Seymour, and Seymour missed. Now, I have to talk about the captain, though, Giovanni Taylor. I have been
Yeah,
studying this.
I think he was a letdown. The way you guys were hyping him up in that game, he was a letdown slightly in that game. But I will wait. I'm not going to judge him over that one game. He was slightly a letdown for me.
I think, right, I have always wondered about him being the captain, right? Because when I watch them play, he typically is somebody that if I'm coaching the team, I would sub him on first. So
Okay.
it
Why?
just seemed a bit strange that he's the one chosen as the captain when a
Okay.
lot of time he's the one coming off the pitch.
So 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 you're telling me that this happened before?
Yes, I have seen
Okay,
them
okay,
play
okay.
games in the Mexico tournament where he's the first sub at halftime.
He was not wearing the same number though.
He's been wearing number 10 all this time since he's
Okay,
been playing.
okay,
All this time.
okay.
And I think, look, Giovanni Taylor has some skill sets I like, right? I think he's very good. His shooting is very good. I'll give him that. He can score from range. But the problem is, he knows that and he wants to score from range every goddamn time. And there were times when the game just required the simplest thing. And he wants to do more than that. And if you
Okay.
look at why the number 6 was effective in the game, JD, he did
Mm-hmm.
all the simple things well.
Simple things well. Yeah, yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so I want Gio to understand you can still be viewed as effective in the ball game without taking a range shot. Just play the game simple sometimes, Gio.
Marsh was breaking more than him, and Marsh was whipping in balls. Some of his balls them never went through. Then he said, okay, then I have the beating of him for the take-ons. Let me do the take-ons, clear him, and then put it on the penalty spot. So he was
Yes.
improvising, and that's why I like him more. You
And
understand me?
even
Because I
though
started
Marsh knew he had the beating of him, every time he
yes,
got the ball, he didn't take him on. Sometimes he recycled because that was the
yeah,
better
because
play.
no, he's in the player's head, so he's improvising. So he gets the space that he wanted, and he goes for the early cross or the late cross. You understand me? So yeah, real talk, real talk. So it's a lot of things, guys. So Jason, you would have set up going into the next game now. That is the thing, because I have to
So
run
look,
through.
this is the thing that I'm worried about, right? I saw in the Tulan, not the Tulan tournament, hear me, the Mexico tournament, that when they played games every day, the second day they would make changes. And it was clear that one team was playing better than the other team. So my worry is they have a day's rest. So maybe the coach won't worry about that and know we have 2 days rest before El Salvador. So let's just go ahead and play the team that can get us the best result. Hopefully, halftime we can make some subs and try to rest some people.
Yeah.
I have a couple of issues though. One, the game was not a rough game, but somehow Jamaica get 4 yellow cards. And 2 yellow cards means you miss the El Salvador game. One of those players on the yellow, or 2 of them, are, I think, extremely important. Adriano Marsh,
Good point. Good point. Damn.
Adriano Marsh, and Raekwon Campbell, number 6. They both have yellow cards. If I am the coach, I am sitting them on the bench and wrapping them in cotton wool. I don't even want them touch the
But
field.
that's going to impact you to work on for the final game, because remember you still have the final game.
I am too worried about them missing the last game.
And then when you start them back again, they're not going to have the reps on what to work on.
Well, here's the thing, JD. This is where the team having actual preparation for once comes into play. We're not running down preparation like we always are. So I know it would be better for the continuity to keep them playing. But due to the chance that if one of those two lose them head in any point, they're going to miss the damn El Salvador game. And based on their replacements that I have seen, I would much rather take a chance against Cayman without them than without damn El Salvador.
Okay, all right.
That is what I would do. I would rest Marsh, rest Campbell. And, you know, otherwise, I would play my top people than those two players because I don't want them to miss the damn last game because of yellow cards. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, I actually like the tournament. I think I'm hoping that it goes straight to the end. Once the qualification happen, you have any news on if they're going to continue it?
I don't think they're ever going to have a winner of this. I don't think.
That would be beautiful because seeing some of these teams playing, I really
I would
want them to
love to
test their
see.
metals against each
I
other.
would love to see that Canada team play USA. I would love to see that Canada team play Mexico. Costa Rica play USA, but I don't know if we'll get to see it because it looks like they're
Okay.
just doing the groups and then they take people and go to World Cup. Because think about it. Because remember, you know, some of them in Nicaragua, some of them in here, some of them is there. So when would they meet up for the group winners to play like a knockout?
Normally, you know, sometimes it remembers. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense
That's the
because
only
it's
reason
so
why I don't think they're gonna do it because they're all over the place right now, and maybe CONCACAF don't want to spend the money to get those 8 teams in the same
yeah, but
place.
that would have been beautiful. That would have
I
been
would
beautiful.
love to
I'm
see it as
preparing
well,
even
though.
more for the World Cup. You know.
But Mr. Dre, when have you seen the Getafe player play? He hasn't played that. I haven't seen him play. I don't even know what the man play like. Mr. Dre, that Getafe player is listed as a Cavalier player on the list. Aiden McFarlane. Aiden McFarlane happens to be the person who is heading up this whole thing, Mr. Omar McFarlane's son.
Okay.
So I believe that there's a lot of resentment towards that player because of who his father is. Okay?
Okay.
I
What?
believe that's why we're not seeing him play football. This is just speculation. I don't know nothing. So don't say Jason Gooner say, and it's gospel. I am just on the outside and I'm giving a take based on what I see and what I know of past teams that have had youngsters whose parents are involved in the setup. It's not usually a good look for that player in terms of getting playing time. Okay? So, Mr. Dre, you're going to look till you're weak to see that player there. I haven't seen him and I don't know if we'll see him.
Okay.
It's a qualifying tournament, guys, not a tournament. Yeah, we know Leroy, but in the past, even when it's a qualifying thing, they'll continue it to have an actual winner.
Yeah, because remember, it's also preparation for the next place. You know, 3 games is not enough. You know.
I don't know the full squad, but I heard that a few players were not well for the first game. Yeah, there. I know of one player that had the flu. I don't know of any others, but maybe you know more.
One thing, you know, Jason, 5 years consecutive, you know, for you teams, you know. After the first game when we don't play well, we always sick, you know.
Well, always what?
We always sick, so that means 5 years consecutive I'm hearing this now, you know. Tell you. So we might have to start work on not being sick, you know. Like
Yeah, I mean, look, it's always a chance with the camp before. You know, if
yeah.
one person's compromised, you know, you're gonna be around the other damn people. So it's something that is a very, very big worry for all these international teams going into tournaments. You know, can we not get sick?
So why Jamaica
Because
just always sick, man? Because remember the last one when we get knocked out, it was sick as well.
same
Remember
thing.
they literally said the main players they were sick. You know,
Yeah.
is it that we're just making up stories? And the coach was it the coach telling me that we're sick? Yeah, because if the coach don't say it, I believe it, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
because
one
you
thing
guys
I've
believe
noticed, I
it.
mean, there is a representative from JFF Live out there with the players.
Okay.
I've yet to see them speak to a coach. They're talking with players. You know, I would love to hear Altiman
Yeah, I
Butler's
would
take
love to hear
on
the
the
coaches.
first game
Like,
and
yeah,
what he
I would
thinks
love to
going
hear him as
into the
well.
next game. And the people are there. The JFF Live people are there. So please, you guys listen during the live stream when a man says something going to change it. I'm asking you, can we get some coverage of Freddie Butler talking to you
Yes,
about the
we
first
want
game
Freddie
and
Butler.
what's going on in the camp in terms of the players and their fitness? That's something that the fans would love to hear. All right, JFF Live, so get that done. Yeah, man, me know say the player sick, Drew. Me know say, as I
So
say,
how
I
we
know of
move on?
one player. I don't know of any
In the
more.
other team? In the other team? In the America. In the America. I want
Drew,
to
you
hear
know,
story about that.
Drew, you know, there in the snow, brother. Oh, you know.
But the time go on, man. You know what? Let me. You're gonna do the game tonight, Jason, because I'm kind of tired, you know, man.
No, I am on daddy pickup duties at
Oh
that
my
time,
God.
so I cannot do it. So I was hoping, Billy, that 11 o'clock not so late for you, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm up from 4 o'clock, you know, man. And I know this is the only rest time we get from morning. You know?
Yeah, because I get
People
up,
don't even
this
know,
morning
you know.
about 6.
But
So
you know what?
yeah,
I want to see Jamaica record a win, and I am telling you, I
people
am
under
getting
pressure, under pressure, Billy, because
yeah?
I can't physically be in 2 places at once. So under pressure, Billy, to bring the damn live game.
I am going to get the 6 love tonight, people. So I think I might stay up, you know. And if I drop
So
asleep
listen,
on
what
the
I
damn,
can tell you though, people, what I can tell you, I might not be able to do it live, but I'm gonna do some content around the El
yeah,
Salvador St. Lucia game later when Billy gone to his bed. So you can look out for that from my side. I just won't be available to do the actual damn game, and I'm upset. But the Saturday one, when it's 8 o'clock, I'll be here for that. Yes,
okay.
here for that.
I'm Juras. Me not care if you and Jason know nothing. All right? Yes. You can make up your stories. Yeah, boy. But you're their team. You can't if you can't say it publicly, you can't say nothing. Me not take no argument for him, boy.
Well, Drew, somebody that is around the team gave me that information.
So
So
why them can't say it? So why
I
it's not
know
gonna
of
get
one
me?
player. I don't know of multiple. So I don't know who else would have get sick. But me know the one
Can't take
player
no
will come
chat.
off halftime was
So,
sick.
so Jason, is it right for me to take no chat from no man?
Yeah, you
And
don't
coach
know.
man?
You don't know. You don't know.
All
And
right,
you don't
thank
have to
you.
take what me I say as gospel either. You can hear what me I say, but you can then do your research on your own. That is what you
Yes,
should do. And that's
I
what I
am going
tell
to do
all the
that.
people that
Yes.
watch my channel.
Yeah, man.
Yes, I'm not gonna
Me
say it
not
if
take no
I don't
talk.
think it's true,
Yeah.
but still try and see if I'm chatting foolishness. You don't have to take what I'm saying as gospel.
No, that's not. I was not talking to you. I was talking to a commenter in a chat.
No,
You
yeah,
know,
I know,
I
I
feel like
know, I know. I see.
what's up with this bully thing? Like you have a bully people into it. You ever say a thing, you know, say what I say, and then when we get the information, we get the information. Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of, you know, because I know that we're gonna get the 6 tonight. I'm going to turn up, you know.
Yeah, man. Hopefully we
Me
can knock
not take no
Cayman back,
talk
you know.
from no man. Me not care what no one wants. No
So
man that tell me
JD, are
nothing.
you of the mind that it matters that way? Because I hear some people saying, boy, if them score 8, we need 10 and 12. And do you think that matters, honestly?
Yes, you can take me off, Jason, because me I try to have a camera, me have run out.
All right.
Yeah, so you can take off figure weight because me no want damage the stream with the non video.
Yeah, let me do this then instead. No, not that.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, man. So for me, Jason, yes, I think it does play a part because now the next team clearly has more advantage over you, and then now they have the advantage of not actually they don't have to win the game. So your strategy is you have to come out, and you coming out there more technical than you. You're playing into their hands, regardless of when. You understand me? Because they can
Yeah.
always sit back and they look like they're comfortable to sit back. So I do believe that the goal difference play a massive factor. Because now, if it was in
Um,
reverse and you are leading, you are good at counter attacking because your skill set is speed. You understand me?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think I can understand where people coming from to say that we definitely need goal difference, you know, because you don't have to win the game if you're leading, you know. So
Yeah.
that's my pointer. And based on our side, I think it's very much essential for we to get as much goals and even get above them in goal difference.
Yeah, it would be nice to have that knowing, okay, if anything goes wrong and we can only draw with El Salvador, that means we are still ahead of them. So, yeah, I just hope that the guys can compose themselves in front of goal because even though St. Lucia could have scored even 1 or 2 more goals, I thought Jamaica could have scored about 3 more as well. So we need to be a little more clinical because I do think that being able to at least get that goal difference close or even turn it over would be another advantage for us. Because yes, at the end of the day, we just need to beat El Salvador. But Why, if you can do it an easier way, would you go for the hardest way? It don't make no sense. We don't do that in life with anything. So why all of a sudden in a football we're going to do that?
Yes, agreed, big boss.
But yeah,
But
listen, we are approaching the 2 hour mark, and
yeah,
there was one other thing on the title that I wanted to just touch on really fast. Boza to Liga MX with Club Tijuana. That news broke a week or so back when I was going through my problems, so I never really spoke on it. And I just want to say really fast that while I think the Russian league at its height is a much better league than the Liga MX, I would venture to say that for what we need from Shamar in terms of this region going up against the Mexicans week in, week out, and others from Central America that make up the league, it might not be the worst move for him. Because, for one, he's more in the psyche of Jamaicans, I think, being closer in Mexico. That's one. Because we see sometimes people go over to Europe in these leagues that maybe Jamaicans don't really value highly and they get lost. Shamar didn't fall that fate because I think Shamar has established himself enough to where people checking for Shamar wherever he would go. So it don't really matter to him so much. But the likes of Shaquan Satchwell, the likes of Kenroy Campbell, the likes of Junior Flemings when he was over there in Serbia. For whatever reason, we just disregard them areas of Europe like they don't exist. Right now, we're having talks about striker pool, and nobody's talking about Trevante Stewart having his best season ever in Europe. Why? Because we don't check for the damn Serbian league. But we need to get smarter people. We're skipping over people that are potentially good candidates to make up for the loss of Mikel Antonio because we want to give up on the baller. Because in play against Canada, and I agree, when he came for those games, he looked a shell of himself. He looked poor. But people develop at different times and people get better different ways. Please, I implore Uno, watch some games of Trevante Stewart this season right now and tell me that the guy couldn't help us in the next window. Right? Shamar Nicholson, though, one thing that I'll say about it, as I said, closer to home, plane ticket cheaper. If you look on all the metrics in a JD, see it? Plane ticket cheaper. First thing. Second thing, he goes to the club the first day he's available to play. He starts in his position he wants to play and he plays 90 damn minutes. Those things are the most important things to Shamar Nicholson in 2025 right now. Because I've seen a difference with Shamar when he's playing, getting reps, and when he's not. And it's like night and day. So I'm just thankful that he's gone to a situation where clearly they need him, they want him, and they didn't even give him no time to train. Them just put him in the damn field. So I love that. So I think it's a positive move, regardless of the league being maybe a step down, which not maybe, it is a step down. I think because of the reps and the game time and the proximity to the local situation, it's a bunch of pluses for me, for Shamar Nicholson, going to the Liga MX and playing for Tijuana. That is what I have to say about that.
I do agree. I do agree with you on all of those steps. I have actually said it as well. I think it's a step down. Yes, it is a step down. Russian league is just solely based on the war. Why nobody respects it. But over the years, it was always a competitive league with the Netherlands, even France to some extent. It was just below the big top dogs, them like England and stuff, you know. But it was always a good league. And clearly, the reason why he left it's because he couldn't get any game because you have others are performing there. So him getting more game time is always better because he's going to be in better shape. And the one thing you know about Shamar Nicholson, he proved that he could have gotten himself in position and he will score because he's our leading goal scorer, our active
Of the
leading goal
active
scorer.
ones, yes,
The
for
active
sure.
leading goal scorer he does. Yeah, so you can't write him off, and I've always given him credit, because I saw him as a hard worker and he just put himself in positions, or he got himself in positions that you could clearly see that you have some generational talent ahead of him because I think Ugale is a next superstar for Costa Rica. You understand me? And he just came in and he proves his worth on the superstar side,
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yes, people. So, JD, I'm going to make you go run. I know you do the pickup duties like I will be doing in a little while. So, big up and thank you for tuning in with me and dropping your thoughts as
Yeah,
well. We really do appreciate the push that you have given the channel over the time. And yeah, man,
yeah.
respect and thanks. And big up to everyone, of course. Most of you, I'm sure, already know, but big up the two platform them, IMAX It Football, where it's, he says he's not Jamaican, but he has a Jamaican channel. I don't make it make
I
sense.
never said I'm not Jamaican. I said the people them said I'm not Jamaican. You need to
Oh,
be the
no,
people.
sorry. He said, I am more Jamaican. So he is
Yeah.
Jamaican, just not as much.
I will
Um,
never. You make the one there in the chat. Yes, see about liquor boy. What am I call liquor boy? Yeah, all right.
yeah, but Drew Ross a
Good
war
show,
boat from
Jason. Good
time, but
show.
you know that.
Only the war where you get me, when me know me, I gonna get 60 page and 70 comments and be about up.
Well,
You put me
I
there. But
spoke
aside
very
from that, no
clear,
care.
and even in my damn comment, it was not personal. So don't take things personal, man. These are takes how I feel. That don't mean you can't reach out and ask me a question or talk. That don't mean that. I'm just telling you how I feel. Anyway, Billy, big up. I max it, we
Yeah,
max it.
take care.
Join the two channel
Yeah.
them, like them, and people don't let him get away. Make sure, as you see, about 4 o'clock back today, message him blow and say, with the thumbnail there. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So big up Billy for tuning in and checking in. We really do appreciate it. But yeah, people, thanks again for the support. It was a great show. We talk on all the topics, we touch everything. Spent a little more time on the JFF live part than I really wanted to, but I had to get my point across there. I want you guys to win. All right, that's where this is coming from. It's not about this bandit and no one support it. No, I want you to get the full support, and I think that some of the things I've said might garner you to get some more support. So just think about things a little bit more before you do it. And remember, there's a lot of different ways to earn income. You can get it on the front end through membership, or you can get it through viewership. I want you to analyze which of the 4 games you have shown on JFF Live. I can guarantee you that 3 out of those 4 had about 10 times the viewership as the one that you charge for. And when you add up all of that, the views around the world that you would have garnered, it's probably more view money than membership money. And not only that, these members ain't staying. Most of them, they're going to cancel. So it's not like it's going to be recurring like viewership would be over time. So think about it, people. Think about it. But anyway, as I said, thanks for the support. Big up to all the members that were tuned in today as well. Juras, big up yourself. No such check-in earlier. Sure, I'm probably there, but him not to comment all the time. Owen, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. I want to again just highlight those who did drop some support monetarily today. So we Max It Football put €5 on the board. Blessings and manners and respect for that. Namesake as well dropped a $5 on the board, and L Meeks dropped a £5 super sticker. So we touch all currencies today. Yeah, man, respect is due. So thanks so much again for the support, people. I am going to tune out for now, and I will JFF live. You mean JFF dead? For real. MX is a pretty decent league. I would say so. It's also not enough quality content to pay that monthly fee. Not saying it's a lot of money, but it adds up. Yeah, Charles Brammer, look, and that's how they try to frame it. It's just $10. It's just $10. Well, $10 times 12 is $120. And again, if you want a donation, just ask me for a damn donation. But don't tell me that you're going to give me $10 a month worth of content. It ain't possible. It ain't enough content to give me. So yeah, yeah. But anyway, people, again, I just want to say big up, and respect to all those who tuned in today. I haven't really checked how many subs we gained today. I'm sure we have gained some. Anytime I take a little break from content and a forward block, usually that happens. So yes, we have had some subscribers added today, so we really do appreciate it. And we're going to get back in the groove, people. More live matches. Definitely, I'll be here. I think there is a game, if I'm not mistaken, this weekend on Friday in the Premier League, which means that I will be doing a preview show on Thursday then, because I want to catch all the fixtures in the week. So yeah, I'll be doing a game a show on Thursday night. It will be more similar to that late night segment that you guys might have known me for in the beginning. But let me just double check and make sure that I'm talking facts. I think there's a Thursday game this week for some reason. Yes, there is a Friday game. Leicester play Brentford on Friday. Who knows? We might see Ethan Pinnock back as well. I know he should be back in training now. So, yeah, we're going to do the research for that, and we're going to do a show tomorrow night, Thursday night. That will be the EPL preview show for this upcoming week. We have 10 fixtures coming up. We're going to go through all 10, get back into the groove with the picks. Of course, today we have actually no, Brighton Chelsea is this Friday. Sorry. I was looking too far ahead. Brighton Chelsea. So yeah, Thursday night for sure, people. Today we have the Everton Liverpool game. I am not giving no damn prediction because it's gonna be biased. I need Liverpool to lose. So yeah, you already know. Yeah, Chelsea Friday Red Skull. So we'll be here Thursday night. So look out for that, people. Thursday night, not Friday night this week. I want to make sure we include the Chelsea game. And then it looks like the week will be concluding on Sunday. So we'll be here Sunday night for the review show for the week. So yeah, man, all my EPL content people, we will be back with that tomorrow night. Tonight, tentatively, I'm going to say you might see me again to bring you a little bit of coverage in relation to the El Salvador and St. Lucia game that will be crucial to Jamaica's final game in the group. So look out for that, people. Hopefully I have some time to come back for that and make sure to watch the game at 5 o'clock, Jamaica versus Cayman. If you are in the Caribbean, you'll need a VPN to watch it on CONCACAF's YouTube channel. If you're in Europe, you're good to go. Just go to CONCACAF YouTube. And of course, there will be others live streaming as well if you like to watch your games with the commentary of a live streamer instead. I'm trying to convince JD to do it. I think he is going to do it. He says he has some time. So normally if he says he's doing it, it will happen. So look out for that as well if you want to watch it there. And of course, as I said, there are many others you can choose from. I just happen to normally go over there. I just tend to get, let's just say that JD isn't afraid to say what it is, right? There are some folks that I think try to skirt around truths at times. And yeah, sometimes just being upfront and telling the truth might actually give you the best results in terms of getting improvements out of the players, right? So that's just it, people. Again, thanks for the support. Like the video on the way out, share and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Once again, I am Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV, and this has been Reasoning Time episode 5. Until next time, people, we're out of the building. Big up on yourself. Thanks again.